Our other big story tonight, the Michigan Supreme Court dealing a big blow to Governor Gretchen Whitmer, ruling she exceeded her powers issuing executive orders during the pandemic.
It was a split decision, but the court majority found the governor did not have the power to extend the state of emergency beyond April 30th. Jason Colthorpe following this tonight. And the big question tonight, Jason, is what does this ruling really mean?
Well, for one, Devin, it does not mean that all of the governor's orders are now out the window. Only certain ones, basically the ones since the end of April, and even those don't go anywhere right away. But overall, unless the governor wants to appeal this back to the Sixth Circuit, what it means is she's going to have to start working with the Republican-led legislature to craft any COVID restrictions going forward. Since the end of April, Governor Gretchen Whitmer has been making decisions under the power granted to her by the Emergency Powers of Governor Act of 1945. But the state Supreme Court's 107-page opinion says no more.
They certainly decided the Supreme Court decided the 1945 law is unconstitutional, but it's not simple in terms of its implementation.
Brigadier General Mike McDaniel is the Associate Dean of Cooley Law School, specializing in homeland and national security law. He says until the previous federal judge rolls this decision into a court order, nothing has changed.
It's going to be 21 days after there's a final order from Judge Mahoney that these will have any legal effect at all. So people out there, if you're thinking to yourself, I don't have to wear a mask anymore, or we can crowd into bars, or if you're a restaurant saying I can go back to 100% capacity, that's not so.
Be certain none of us believe that there's no more virus. That's not what this means.
Whenever the specific orders are rolled back, state Republicans like Representative Jason Shepherd say it'll be good for everyone to have a say in how Michigan handles its fight against the coronavirus.
And I think most people in Michigan would have to agree that there should be some process. I don't think that anybody is comfortable with just one person making all unilateral decisions from now until an unidentified time.
And the governor, as you might imagine, had a quick, direct response to this today. We want to show it to you and read it to you. She said, in part, today's Supreme Court ruling handed down by a narrow majority of Republican justices is deeply disappointing, and I vehemently disagree with the court's interpretation of the Michigan Constitution. Right now, every state and the federal government have some form of declared emergency. With this decision, Michigan will become the sole outlier at a time when the Upper Peninsula is experiencing rates of COVID infection not seen in our state since April. And the governor, it should be noted, the governor does still have some inherent power here, Devin. And when it comes to something like the UP, the way it's explained to me, she may have to refocus, be very specific with those orders through different departments to make those stick without the legislature in the meantime.
And we've had nearly 200 executive orders issued since the start of this pandemic. So you're talking about a very, very weighty decision. We will obviously continue to follow the legal fallout. All right, Jason.